We're looking at Beyond Meat shares down almost 60% in the last year. This comes as sales have fallen, expected to be down over 17% in its latest quarter. The alternative meats category sales are down over 33% from a year ago, according to recent data from Circana. Now, Beyond Meat is introducing a new product line today, and could it be the company's saving grace? Our very own Brian Sozzi here with the inside scoop or bite on this one. Sozzi, you spoke to Beyond CEO. What did he have to say, and is new meat going to save Beyond Meat?
You guys are really putting me to work today, Brad, from chocolate to plant-based meat. So very interesting chat with Ethan Brown over at Beyond Meat, making a big change on how their products are made, removing things like canola oil and coconut oil and moving to avocado oil. Sounds like a small change on paper, but it's not. What this essentially does, and I have the bigger story on this on the Yahoo Finance homepage now, it is reducing fat counts and improving sodium, or just lessening sodium count in the products. Now these have been some of the highest, I think really the area where critics have really hammered Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods and everybody that makes plant-based food because they don't necessarily have maybe the best or most robust nutritional aspects. So again, Beyond Meat pulling back on some of these higher fat ingredients, also reducing its ingredient list or the number of ingredients which Ethan tells me should help improve the profitability of these items like you see on the screen. That is in fact the new ground beef, and you see it there. First time getting the American Heart Association award. But guys, as you mentioned coming into this is a stock that has been really through the ringer. It came out of the gate, really robust IPO several years ago. It hit a high, I think, of $234.90, and how it's really crashed back down to earth. You have Impossible Foods delayed their IPO. And I think what Ethan is trying to get the point across is that this could be a reset moment for Beyond Meat and other companies, but I think the market needs to see this. Beyond Meat's going to report earnings next week, February 27th, and this could be another challenging quarter of sales down double digits and another loss. I believe the street is expecting Beyond Meat to lose 88 cents a share based on Yahoo Finance data on our site.
Sozzi, what do you think the street wants to see from Beyond Meat? Because like you just said and like you pointed out in your story, it certainly seems to be a reset moment for the company. They're doing everything they can to lure back some of the consumers that they lost. They're doing everything they can to win the trust and belief here from investors. Is more, though, needed, do you think, in order to get people back on board?
I think Beyond Meat thinks this is the starting point of getting to stabilization. So I'm not going to sit here and say this one ground beef product, this one patty product is going to reignite sales growth for Beyond Meat overnight. I think the street would just like to see stabilization, in part because of a product like this. Get this product to restaurant partners. This product will just launch at retail partners initially in the spring. And then maybe in the back half of this year, Beyond Meat returns to low single-digit to high single-digit percentage sales growth, and maybe turns a profit after reducing a large part of their workforce. But again, this remains a show-me story in Beyond Meat, and I think a lot of folks next week, I'll quickly add, when Beyond Meat reports, really keyed in on their balance sheet. Company ended the third quarter about $217 million in cash. They have some debt coming due in a couple years. I think the street wants to see profits start to flow, the balance sheet improving so they can meet those debt obligations and get to a brighter day.
Well, something that a lot of the customers are going to want to see and perhaps are getting here, 20% less sodium than the previous version. That was a big hang up.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
We don't need more salt. I'm not getting
We
any
don't.
Brad.
I mean, that was the hang up for the American Heart Association last time.
I'm not trying to go in the grave.
No.
Yet.
No, not. Sozzi, thanks so much for joining us here today, discussing all things foods. Brian Sozzi here with us on set.